Might as well start recording now. Let me show my screen, guys, and then we'll get started. Quite a few more people logging in at the moment, and all fun. All right, let me show my screen, and let's get going, guys. So most of us should be in by now. Excellent. Well, guys, welcome to another webinar that I love doing. Love doing the webinars once a month at least. And today we're going to talk about business struggle to business comfortable, and maybe the heading itself. Maybe the heading itself wasn't the most powerful heading out there, and trying to actually have people admit that they're in struggle is extremely hard. No one likes to admit things aren't going well for them. So, guys, we've got I won't say a full house on today's webinar. We've got quite a few people, and I can see you guys still coming on at the moment. Though today we're going to talk about business struggle to business comfortable, and really looking forward to it. So, guys, to start off, just to make sure everyone can hear me okay, loud and clear, and see my screen, in the questions section on your GoToWebinar bar there, can you whack in a hi and let me know where you're from and what the weather's like over there or wherever you are at the moment. I know we've got people registered from around the world, which is really good. So just say a hi. Let's make sure everyone's there, and we'll go from there. Ian, hi. I should know how the weather is for you, Ian. I'm probably about 15 minutes drive for you, so looks like a really good day. So oh, there we go. Someone's on the Gold Coast, Mark on the Gold Coast, and it's crappy, is it? Okay, there you go. It's nice and sunny, about 40 minutes up. Hi, Anthony, Jeremy, Redland Bay, not too far away either, so quite a few locals on here. So, guys, if you're having trouble finding the questions bar, it's down on the right hand, or down the bottom on the GoToMeeting webinar bar there. So, at least people can hear me. That's a great thing. That means you can probably see my screen as well, which is even better. So, guys, let's get cracking into it. Business struggle to business comfortable. Now, before I do any webinar, I always have to give you guys a disclosure and a warning. Okay, this is like when you see those stunts and all of that type of stuff. Warning, this webinar will help your business and give you some great insights. And Black Belt Business will take full responsibility for improvements to your business. Oops, anyone checked a spelling mistake out there? Naughty, naughty. But literally, guys, it's all good. We are here to give you this warning. You will learn some stuff, so please, guys, please ready to take notes. And I would love to give you a big welcome. Please have your coffee ready or have something sitting there. Try not do too much in the background. We will be going from some hands-on stuff. And let me know if you've actually got your worksheet, guys. Raise your hand if you've actually printed your worksheet. You've got it in front of you. It's only one simple page. Excellent. I can see quite a few people are raising their hands. Fantastic. Guys, if you don't have your worksheet, you can download it, and I will put, where can we, let me see. No, let me, if you don't have your worksheet, that's okay, guys. Just draw it out. I can send it to you later. I'm pretty sure I emailed everyone out, so that's all good. But, guys, sit back, get ready to learn some stuff, and we'll go from there. So, the idea of the agenda today. The idea of the agenda today, quite simply, guys, we're looking at one, you'll hear a tiny bit about me and where I'm at and what I actually do. We're going to have a quick poll. I want to find out what you believe struggle actually is, and then what does struggle actually mean? Very important that we have a look at that. And then how do we move from struggle to comfortable? Okay, and that's where we'll get. And at the end, we're going to go for some questions. So this session for me sitting here talking will be about 40 minutes, and then I'm going to open it up for questions for you guys. You can ask anything you want, anything business related, anything related to what we're talking about today. I'll try and keep up to date with anyone's got any questions as they go from there. So let's get stuck into it. So guys, let me have a quick Quick chat about me. I've been working in the business growth improvement area for about probably 6 years now. Prior to that, I had my own business coach in inverted commas for quite a number of years in my own business. And I've been in around the business since leaving school, starting off in small businesses and going from there. In that time, I also trained in martial arts, and I run a fairly large martial arts school down here in Vicky Point in Brisbane, Australia, and have over 100 students. So having a lot of fun there. And I guess it's really simple. My passion is teaching. I love educating, and that's in business and the martial arts arena. I don't do my martial arts because I just do it because I purely love it, not for any financial gain. And reality is, I just love teaching and helping people out. Now, why don't I call myself a coach, and why am I calling myself a business instructor? Reality is, I just see coaching as just a bit too fluffy for me. I want to get in and really get stuff done. I think the best things that you can do is really just get into it. And I have a look at a martial arts instructor. A martial arts instructor, will be one of the first ones to step in when their students are actually struggling. If all of a sudden they see their student on the street being picked on, I know the first thing I'll be doing is I'd be getting involved and saying, hey, that's not it. And it's the same with business. The first thing I want to do if people are struggling in business is say, hey, come on, let's take a step back. Let's get involved. Let's get it done. Let's keep moving forward. I like teaching and training with hands-on, rather than actually more of we're doing a webinar today, but I love getting in there hands-on. And, here's a quick picture. This was last Saturday. Here's some of my students. We had a seminar. I had my Grandmaster coming up. I'm the bald guy in the white on the right. We had my Grandmaster or my instructor come up for a webinar. Absolutely brilliant, guys. And I've been doing martial arts for a long time, and Grandmaster is still improving. I learned 4 or 5 new techniques that I've never seen before. Absolutely brilliant, guys. It was absolutely fantastic. Love it. So, one of the things we're going to look at now is I want to do a quick poll, guys, on what you believe struggle is. So let me just get that up, and polls over here. As I said, guys, I love my technology though when it works. All right, on the screen, guys, what does struggle mean to you? What actually is it? If you can just fill that poll out for me. And have 30% of you guys. Great, up to 50%. Fantastic. And we'll finish in a second, guys. Not everyone's filled in, guys. We're only at 60. Yeah, there we go. We're getting there. 70%. Couple more people. 5 more seconds, guys. And 80% done. Excellent. Okay, so let me close that poll and let me share those results with you. Guys, what we're looking at here is you can probably see that, almost 50% of you guys saying it's all of the above. And reality is, struggle for you could be completely different. It's not set in stone what actually struggle means or what struggle actually is. What does it actually mean? Well, you have to define it yourself, and most people normally can't define it, which is why I put no clear direction in there. And that's one of the main things that I actually get to see when working with business owners, that no one really has any clear direction. I'm going to talk a bit in depth about that in a second, but reality is it could be all of above, like most people are saying here. But struggle could be no time. I know a lot of business owners that have a lot of money but literally have no time whatsoever. Would you call them business struggle? Well, they might perceive it. Reality is it's defining on what you believe it actually is. It could be health. It could be your health that you're struggling with. It could be a whole range of things. The first thing we need to do when we look at struggle is actually define it. What does it mean for you? Is it no money? Well, if it is, if that's what the business struggle is, then that's what we need to focus on getting. Or if it's no time, then we need to focus on that. Or if it's both, no time and no money, we need to actually work on both of them. So reality is the first thing you want to do when you're looking at if you're in business struggle as such, inverted commas, we need to define exactly what it is. That's all part of being aware, or the awareness of it. So guys, let me pick up the 3 main reasons I believe a lot of people go into struggle. or they stay in struggle. And I guess these are my opinion more than anything else. There's probably a multitude of reasons why, but these are the main ones working with business owners. So let me just hide those results there, and we should be back on. And then we'll go from there. So, three main reasons why. There's this first one, and the biggest one that I always like to point out is you don't know what you don't know. Okay. And this is one of the biggest reasons I see a lot of businesses out there struggling because they're doing the same thing over and over and over again. And you've probably heard that definition of insanity. Sorry, croaky voice. The definitions of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Is that what you may be doing in your business, or is that what you're seeing fellow business owners actually doing? You don't know what you don't know. And if you're actually just running on that same wheel like a little mouse and a little hamster just running around, it's really hard to actually define that, one, you're in struggle, but two, to be able to actually see any way around it. And, this is a very valid point. I saw a gentleman during the week, and he's sitting there going, oh, look, I just don't know what to do. I don't know what my next steps are. I've got this brilliant system. And he does. He's got this brilliant product that he actually sells, but he just didn't know how to get out. And within about 15 minutes of going, right, let's just build a quick marketing plan. And I'll show you a quick marketing plan later on how I build a marketing plan for clients. Within a quick 15 minutes, he's gone, wow, this is actually going to work. And he gave me a call yesterday. This was Tuesday lunchtime. I saw him. He gave me a call yesterday and said, hey, guess what? That stuff that we said we did, I've now picked up 4 new clients within a span of 2 days, all because he got given some information. And I'm going to share with you a couple of tips. I know a few people on the line that have seen these before, but I'm going to show you a couple of things that you don't know, you may not know that you don't know. And one of the things is here a video that I got done, a animation video. You may not be able to hear the music. There's music in the background, guys. Okay, quick little animation videos. They're now starting to do online videos and all of that for their websites and their blogging and video blogs and all of that, getting it up on YouTube, etc. That video animation there costs $5. And this is, I don't know if you guys know this type of stuff or you don't know this type of stuff, but reality is there's things like this that you can get done that literally cost $5. That's it. If you see my On the Mats episodes, I talked about the website where you can get it done at fiverr.com. But, it's such a useful tool to be able to get stuff like this done. The other thing, here's a landing page that I actually created for my own business with a program called Lead Pages. It literally took me about 3.5 minutes to get a full website, one page done. And you can build quite easily with drag and drops and change the text, a website within 4 minutes for your business, or a landing page that can automatically link to a mail program and all of that. Lead Pages was literally $139, I think it was, to be able to build unlimited landing pages for your business that people can actually get attracted to. And, landing pages out there is a good sales tool if you've got online products or something you want to sell online, or be able to collect databases and information. And literally, you can do that within 3 minutes and have a website out there that you can then go promote on Google straight away. These are some of the things that you don't know what you don't know. And I find a lot of people don't know this stuff because they're too busy inside their business running around on that little wheel. And the other thing is, I don't know if you know, but YouTube is now officially the #1 search engine out there worldwide. It has overtaken Google. Most people are searching for stuff on YouTube now, even for business stuff, to actually get what they need to. So, are you keeping up to date with these? So the whole idea, guys, and when I go back to you don't know what you don't know, these are some of the things that you've actually got to open your eyes up to. This is where the education kicks in, or getting people to help to get what you need to. So that's one of the main reasons that I see people end up in that or stay in business struggle, because they're continually doing what they're actually doing. Now, let me take you through another thing that I normally find, and this goes back to going back to you don't know what you don't know. Poor little sick puppy here on the screen. One of the things that we find in business struggle is, and I don't know, there's quite a few people overseas online, and, I'm speaking mainly for the Australian business owners at the moment, but reality is when we're sick over here in Australia, we're tough. We're tough Aussies. We don't want to go and get help. We won't go to the doctors. We won't go and get help. We'll push through through it when we're sick. It's okay. And reality is it's normally too late, because if it gets worse and worse and worse, you're out for way longer. And this is the same as business. If we actually are aware the business is sick, we're tough Aussies, we don't need help from anyone. All of a sudden we push through that, we try and push through it, and reality is that it ends up being way too late. And it's really funny, I still remember this to the day. Quite a few people over here would remember when CleanMade went bust quite a number of years ago. CleanMade was a large manufacturer of ovens and stoves, etc. And I sat down the day that it actually, I had a sales appointment the day that it actually went bust. And I was sitting with these people and these business owners, and they've turned around to me and they've gone, well, let me ask you this. If you're a good business guru and growth expert, could you have got into CleanMade today and actually fixed them all up and got them to where they needed to get to? And I was blunt and honest. I turned around and I'm going, no, no way in the world. Because the problems that happened in CleanMade happened 18 months ago. Didn't happen yesterday. They just didn't shut down overnight. It happened 18 months ago when it started to head backwards, with mismanagement and whatever else. So reality is, when we're sick or when the business is sick, it sometimes takes us too long before we actually need to get the help. And by then, you're normally very worn out, and you're probably sick yourself, and you're not in the best spot. So one of the things that I find with business struggles, by the time I get to business owners, they're normally too sick. Or their business has been just ridden into the ground, thinking they don't need any help. So this is one of the other reasons why that I see a lot of business struggle happening, because they're not business owners don't get up into the ideas to be able to grow and move forward and do it that way. So the last one, and this is where I'm going to get a bit hands-on, guys. This is where you're going to get to see my handwriting. Is they've built a vertical business. A lot of business owners build their business around them, and I always say bugger. I've created a vertical business, but again, I think the common thread here is about the awareness. What is it with awareness and being aware that you've actually built a vertical business? Let's go a bit hands on, if you don't mind, guys, and let me explain a lot of the stuff that we're doing. And what I mean by hands on, everyone should be able to see my iPad in the background here. Let me just try and remove those distractions, and there we go. Guys, can you just whack your hands up, making sure everyone's still with me, okay? And you can see my iPad, my little sketch, little characters on there. Excellent. I've got quite a few people hitting. Yep, excellent, guys. Thanks very much. Guys, one thing we want to look at is, what does a vertical business mean? It means you've actually built it on you. The business has been built around you, and reality is, what happens if all of a sudden a piece of wind comes over, or a struggle comes into the business? What happens? It's easily get blown over. Why? Because these foundations down the bottom have not been built in place. And reality is, a vertical business means that you've actually built it just on you. I'm a great plumber. I'm going to go start my own business, and I'm out there doing plumbing work for the next 10 years hands-on, because you haven't built your foundations correctly. And these are another one of the main reasons that I see that business owners get to where they are, and they don't get to improve the business, or they don't get to change it, because what they do is they just focus on them. What happens if they go and take a week's leave? Well, maybe the business is okay, but what happens if they take 2 months leave? Well, you know what? The business probably wouldn't be there when they actually got back. Financially, they wouldn't be able to survive. So reality is, we need to have a look at, have you built a vertical business? Does the business rely on you all the time? So these are some of the main reasons that I find that business owners get into the business struggle stage. They really see that it's the business is built around them. They also don't have time to find out what they don't know. And of course, sometimes they're a bit too, nah, I'm sick, I don't need any help, it's okay. And reality is, this is where we get a lot into the business struggle stage, guys. So what does business struggle mean? Let's actually get a great definition of what business struggle means. And this is where we get our workbooks out, guys, or that worksheet that I sent you. We're going to mirror exactly what that means right now. So let's have a look. What does it mean when we're in struggle? For this example, we can use many examples for this, but for this example, let's talk about dollars. Okay, let's say that our good little y-axis is dollars here, and let me put some nice little bars across here. Now, if that was dollars let's have a look at, let's say that your break-even point is 10K. Now, you guys being mostly business owners on the line here, you exactly know what your break-even points are. Hopefully, maybe not. That's okay if you don't. Let's say that's 20K, that's at 40K. Let's say you have to bring in 10K a month to actually break even. That means pay all your bills, pay all your suppliers, and keep operational, even maybe pay you a wage. One of the things that we have a look at, and if it's a money struggle that we're talking about here, this down here is our struggle area. This is where we're now officially in business struggle. We're not earning what we need to do to break even. We are finding it a struggle. Okay. The next level up is effectively our comfortable. This is where we're now in comfortable. So we're over break even. We're doing okay. We're not smashing it, but we're doing okay. And then up here is our leverage side. We're now making a lot of money. We're leveraging our business. And then, of course, up the top here is scale. Now, I found this model from a good friend of mine, Taki. Taki showed me this model about 8 months ago, and I've been refining it and building it on it to make it really work for business owners. And reality is, what we're looking at here is, are we in struggle? Are we actually hitting the break evens we need to? Because let's face reality, guys. You're in business for one reason and one reason only, and that's to make money. We're not charities here. And for those people who love what they do, love it, fantastic. Though at the end of the day, love is not still going to put food on your table or a roof over your head. We're in business for a reason. And this is, sometimes we lose sight of that. Sometimes we just want to help people out, and that keeps us in struggle by helping people out, by not actually running our business as an asset and having too much emotions involved. And, that's a whole new webinar, by the way. I've done a webinar about business emotions and all of that. But what should we do if we're in struggle down the bottom here? If we know we're always constantly in struggle, there is only one thing that you should really be focusing on in business, and only one thing, and that is going to be the wonderful word, um, oops, hunt. That says hunt, guys. And what I mean by that, the only thing you should be doing here is not creating new products, is not, trying to reinvent yourself and not trying to do this. What you should be doing right now is just hunting. And that's the only thing you should be doing. You should be out there trying to put on new customers and make a dollar. Bring money back into the business. You should be out there hunting only. So many times I see people go, hey, I've got this product. I'm going to try and get out of the marketplace. Oh, 2 weeks later, oh, no one's buying this product. I need to go and change it. Next thing you know, they're reinventing their product again. And instead of actually going, well, 2 weeks to get a product out, why don't we try 2 years to get it out and see if it makes a difference? One of the things that we should be doing here is we should be hunting, 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 hunting. We should be defining it. We should just be building our business. We should be growing our business based on what you've currently got, what systems you've already got. Marketing is not expensive when you actually boil it down to it. There's some really cost-effective marketing that can be done for all businesses. Reality is, we get caught up in so many other things that we forget that, we just need to go out there and hunt and hunt and hunt until what happens is, until we end up into comfortable. Once we're up here and we're in comfortable, this is where we can actually build. This is where we can actually go off and build the business. We can actually start investing new products in, because you've got the money behind you, and more than likely you've got the team to actually work on that. You've got maybe systems in place now. So reality is, if we're always struggling in business and we're always trying to find ends meet, reality is, what I find is, most people still live up in these areas over here when they're running their business, instead of going, well, hang on a second, we have no cash, we're not making our cash, but hey, damn, I've got some great products and some great ideas for business. Instead of going, you know what, let's just stick in struggle and let's just go hunt, hunt, hunt. That's all we should be doing. Just going and selling what we've got, keeping business simple. And I think the best statement that I always hear in business, and from business owners, is really simple. They sit there and they go, oh yeah, I used to do that. I love that statement. I wish I had even 50 cents for every time someone's told me that statement. Oh, how'd your marketing go? Have you ever tried this in marketing? Oh, I used to do that. Great. How'd it work for you? It worked pretty good. So why'd you stop? Silence. They don't know. they go and all of a sudden go and build. They find out something new and they go and create it. So reality is, guys, we need to be aware. And I'm just bringing this down to cash. I could replace these and go time. What would happen with your if we replace this with time? We could be struggling with time. Well, what do we need to do with time? We need to hunt for more time. We need to actually find out and remove the stuff that we shouldn't be doing and replacing it. And this model can be used for anything that you actually do in business. Time, money. You can do it for health. If you're struggling in health, what do you need to do? We need to focus on some health regimes. We just need to do that. We don't need to dream about the new programs that we could be doing or the new different type. No, we just need to get out and do the basics to actually get started. So this is the whole idea of what we actually need to look at. To move us from struggle to comfortable, we need, I'm going to go into a lot more depth on how to move there, but reality is I want you guys to understand that hunting is so important, or keeping it basic. And I'm going to put the words over here, basic or simplicity. We just want to go back to basics. That's the very most important thing. And if I went back to a vertical business, and if we come back to here, most people are trying to build the business around them only. They're not trying to actually take the steps. They're not building the basics and the foundations down here. This should be the basics in business. This is what you need to be doing. So, guys, that's an overview of moving from struggle to comfortable, and what we should be doing. Let's go a tiny bit more in depth. If we've got struggle here, okay, what are the things that we need to be looking at now? So this is where we get some good ideas, guys, on what we should be doing right now in business to actually take it out of struggle. Let me just change my pen color. Okay, so reality is we're now in struggle, or if you're struggling in business and you're not sure what to do. Well, the first thing that we actually need to do is, one, be aware that you're in struggle. The second thing is we just need to keep this simple. We need to bring people in the door. So what should we be doing from a marketing aspect? So one of the first things we need to look at is marketing. We need to bring people through the door. Is there cost-effective marketing things that you can do in your business to get out there? Absolutely. The first ones is to speak to your current customers. Find out why if they're not coming back and buying, or leveraging your current customers, or asking them to refer you on. That doesn't cost anything. It costs you about 5 minutes on the phone per customer, or old customers. There's also networking. Networking is very, very cheap and effective. There is also, as I showed you before, those landing pages. You can go for 139, create multiple web pages, and then get them out on social media. That doesn't cost a lot of money. There's a whole heap of things that you could be doing. And, one of the tools that I've really been loving lately is direct mail. I know that sounds really funny because we've got all this technology like emails and all of that, but direct mail is working a treat for clients. And just yesterday, I got a direct mail piece in from a company called Ilio Motor. I'm actually sitting here holding the flyer right now. And these guys, suit tailors. They actually create suits. They've just sent a nice little one-page letter to say, with our fingers on the pulse of European style and fashion, our luxurious tailored wear collections reflect trends and influence from across the globe. Every garment we create is made using the highest fabrics and personalized by precision tailoring. By the way, you're now on our VIP club. This entitles you to 15%. I opened that. Normally, if it was an email, I'd hit spam and off it goes. So we've got to start thinking about really cost-effective ways to actually get out there. And I just wanted to share with that. I didn't plan that in my talk, but I just wanted to share with you that when you actually get to marketing, it should be really that simple. Go and follow up quotes that you did 12 months ago. I know I got one of my clients to do that. It's normally a quiet period over May, June, and July. So at the beginning of May, all we do is ring up people over the last quotes over the last 12 months to see where they're at. Guaranteed, we normally get 2 to 3 clients every single time by doing that. There's literally half of the client period gone just for doing the simple stuff that doesn't take much. And this is where we've got to come back to basics. So marketing is the first need to look at. What do we need to do? The next one is your sales. You may have some really good marketing in place already, but you may not be converting. So reality is, what are we doing in our sales point of view? Are your quotes okay? Are your quotes too high? Do you analyze your quotes to make sure you're going to make enough GP out of them? Gross profit, guys, for anyone who's not financially minded, like I never used to be. So, what do we need to do in our sales? And it's really interesting. One of my new clients, she's been with me for about 5 weeks now. We sat down and I gone, right. She goes, what happens? And she's a cleaner. I go, right, tell me about when someone calls you and inquires about your cleaning service. She goes, oh, what I do, they normally ask the cost. That's the first thing they normally ask, the price of it. I tell them it's $30 an hour. They go, great, have a nice day, click and hang up the phone. And then, I've gone, well, how many do you convert? She goes, not many at all. I says, great. When do you do your better conversion? On site, when I actually go out, have a look at a house, talk to them, and go forward from there. And I said, great. So what we're going to do is on the phone, when someone rings up, they ask the cost first thing, right? What we're going to do is go, right, our rates start from $25 an hour, but it will really depend on your house and what you actually need. What are you looking for? Are you looking for just an overall clean, or are you looking for, just a maintenance type of clean? What type of clean are you looking for? And then she starts drilling down on a couple more questions. She goes, look, what's best is, how about I pop on over, I'll come in, I'll give you a quote, and we can go through it and I'll give you a really good estimate then. Well, ever since she's been doing that, literally, she is converting more and more. She's had to put on 2 new cleaners over the last couple of weeks because she's not keeping up with demand. The leads were there, the marketing was there. All she did was just change her conversion on how she actually did it. Are you converting correctly? Are you making those changes you need to on your conversions and in your sales, and move forward that way? So, guys, have a look at your sales. And, one of the best things with sales is, do you have a database? Are you communicating to your database on a regular basis? Are you building that database? So, even an Excel spreadsheet is just fine to actually be able to send out a quick email to keep people up to date on what's happening. So very important when you're in struggle stage that you actually get the foundations on this. And let me just quickly talk about marketing again really quickly. Marketing, what I do is you get a lot of marketing done where you go, right, I've got social media to do, I've got letters to do, I've got emails out, I've got to put this out in a paper, I've got yellow pages, I've got my website to maintain, I've got to do this, and this. When you're in struggle, guys, find the best marketing tool that you have, just one of them, and just stick to one of them. Just work on that one. Off you go. It's great to have all the others, but that sucks up all your time. Next thing you know, you're running around doing bits and pieces. Whenever we work with business owners, we go, right, what marketing do we need in place right now to make a difference? If it's one, maybe two. Worst case scenario, two. But we just focus on that one marketing piece for 3 months because that's normally the highest return that we're going to get. And then we move it forward that way. So don't try and do too much on your marketing, guys. And I might share with you now what a marketing plan is that I do with clients. This will be really quick, guys. I just don't want to run out of time. Quite simple. Down the bottom here is a sale, i.e., this is your product that you're trying to sell. At the end of the day, we want to get people to this product. Now, it's not like the olden days before the internet where you actually had to knock on doors and go and explain the product over and over again. Most people have the knowledge about the product. They can find that through stuff like websites, i.e., webinars. There are different ways that they can actually find that. What you need to do is have a look at the marketing that you actually need. Excuse my writing, guys. You need to have a look at the marketing. Are you going to do a social media campaign? Are you going to go do some Google AdWords? Are you going to do some SEO? Are you going to do some direct mail? And what we need to be able to do is move them to the position where they can find out the information. So this might be sending these to the different webs, and then these tools will be there. Now, it might be a sales meeting as well. So we can add sales meeting into the knowledge. So ideally, this is a marketing plan that actually works. One-page marketing plan with clients. What are all the marketing tools we want to do up the top here? And then we get in depth. If we don't know how to do social media, then again, let's go and have a look at what we can do. You don't know what you don't know. We're in a globalization world at the moment, guys. There's so many people out there that can do so much stuff for you at a price that, small business owners can actually afford. And I think the person's on the line today. I'm currently working with a lady over in the US doing some really good copy for me. I got quotes from Australia, USA, India, and I got some quotes. And I really like this person. So Monique, thanks for the help. You're coming back at the moment. So reality is this is where we've got to look at a global thing. Again, we don't know what we don't know. So we've got to now put people in, and this is a basic marketing plan that we put in place, and then we just drill down on each one of them, choose which is going to be the best conversion, and let's say your direct mail is your best conversion. Let's go and send out 1,000 letters a week or 500 letters a week, and let's just keep that activity going and going and going. Don't stop it. Just get the consistency going. After 2 months, let's review the program. So, guys, when you're in business, you want to start looking at that simple ways to actually go and market and not make it hard. Keep it simple, keep it basic. That's what we need to be doing. Okay, next side of things, what we want to have a look at when we're down in here, finance and admin. Okay, I know most people don't like the finance and admins, and I know I've got quite a few bookkeepers on the line at the moment. Grab a bookkeeper to do a lot of this stuff for you. But reality is, we need to know what our break evens are, and we need to run cash flows when you're in your struggle side. We need to see what is actually happening to your cash and what your break evens are, so we know whether we're in struggle and when we're over struggle. Most people don't understand it. And part of the program that I've got, the Path to Business Mastery program, session 2 or class 2 is all about break evens, creating your break evens. I've currently got 10 people on the program, and I've had 9 people come back saying, wow, I've just worked out break evens off session 2, and I can't believe that I actually need that much amount of money to survive, to get out of struggle. Most people don't really aware that they need that money, or how much money and how much sales they actually need to make. So it's a very, very powerful tool. And if you're in struggle, managing your break evens and managing your cash flow are one of the fundamentals you need to be looking at. And guys, if you want a simple spreadsheet, or if you do want spreadsheet on break evens and cash flow, send me an email after this. Be more than happy to send you some really good tools to be able to create that really easily. If you're on my webinar from last time, which was what accountants don't tell you, we went into a bit more depth about what are break evens, what makes them up, and what we need to do to get there. So, guys, if you're in struggle, these are the foundations that we need to do to move to comfortable. So, really good things there to be able to move that way. The other thing is we need to have a look at you as a business owner. No, it's not BO, it's business owner. And the things that we need to look at is, are you in control of your time? When you're in struggle, are you struggling with time and money? Then let's try and get some of that time back. Stop wasting time. I always get clients to do this, and I want you guys to ask yourself your question. If you're sitting there doing something, I'm running a webinar at the moment. My question to me before I started this webinar, or before I wanted to organize it, and I always ask myself this: am I the best person to be doing this job? And that's a very, very powerful question you need to be asking in your time management. Am I the best person to be doing this job? You got to go send out a newsletter. Are you great with HTML coding and be able to create newsletters? You're probably not. Most people aren't, right? This is where we actually need to get the tools to be able to, or get the people around us to be able to help to get that time back. Ever since, not ever since, but I've always worked on this analogy. When clients start realizing and asking that question on every task that they're actually doing, they're realizing that they're not. They're freeing up way more time. Am I the best person to be doing this job? Am I the best person to be, creating this stuff? Am I the best person to be, doing this or doing that? Find out if you're not. This goes back down to that first point. We don't know what we don't know. That Fiverr is an absolutely amazing tool. I got a newsletter banner and creation, an HTML newsletter done for $5 for a client. It looks absolutely fantastic. It's amazing. It's a great tool. All of a sudden you're sitting there for 4 hours or 5 hours trying to, get that little finite newsletter to do what you want it to do. And then all of a sudden, within half an hour, you've actually got someone to go and do it for $5 for you. You've got to ask yourself that question, guys. Am I the best person to be doing that job? And if you're not, go back to you don't know what you don't know. Ask someone to find out if they do know of any way they can get around it. Really important to actually understand that point, guys. Where, as I mentioned to you, we're in a global world. I'm going to do a webinar on globalization next month. It's an interesting topic. So we can actually have a look at that, and I'll share some ideas on how to get out there and move forward from there. So I'll be doing that next month's webinar. So guys, when we're in struggle, the last thing we want to actually have a look at is our customer service, because we want people to come back, and we really want to focus heavily on making sure you have the best customer service possible, but you're also paying for that customer service. One of the keys that I want you to think about is, are you over servicing people? You go do a quote, you go send out a quote, let's say it's $1,000, you factor in your GP percentages, but then all of a sudden you personally spend 10 to 15 hours worth of time servicing that quote to make sure they actually get it done. Well, that $1,000 that you've just earned is literally gone out the window. And I see a lot of business owners over servicing their clients. And it's so fundamental that they're out there running around thinking, hey, I've just made this sale, this is great. And then they go and spend multitudes of hours setting up customer service. I'd always say, have some great customer service, guys, but how do you actually make it consistent, and how do you leverage that customer service? How do you actually make it so you're not over servicing clients and you're losing money? You look at a 5-star hotel, you'd expect really good customer service, wouldn't you? But you pay for that customer service. You have to pay for that amount of money. Same with clients. Sometimes they need to be aware that they've got to pay for all that over servicing that you might be doing. And is that stopping you from actually moving into the comfortable? Are you over servicing clients? So one of the things you need to look at when you're actually quoting in your GPs and your gross profits is the amount of time that you're spending pre, during, or post quote to make sure that you're actually doing it. I got a perfect example, and they're on the line today, so I won't go into too much details on how they've been over servicing. They've been in struggle for a while. They're not destitute, but they've been in struggle for a while. And one of the first things that I identified was our over servicing. Their projects were taking way too much time. So we've invested in a project management system. We've put a good manager in place, i.e. not the boss, because the boss is too nice. We've put a good manager in place to actually review those hours, and we're now hitting budget. It's absolutely brilliant. So these are the simple things that we need to look at to actually move from struggle up into comfortable. And I know they're fairly simplistic, and most people probably know about this type of stuff already. So it's one of these things that we need to look at. Sorry guys, I heard I've just noticed that some of you guys lost my audio. Sorry about that. Hopefully you can hear me. Can I just raise a hand, make sure everyone's still there? Excellent. Thanks, guys. All right. So, guys, these are the important things. These are basic stuff, guys. I want to keep this simple. Whenever you get into struggle, or whenever you see that you're heading towards a struggle, go back to basics. Get the basic things in place. And you notice that we've built some really good foundations here. This is all about building some really, really good foundations. And to top all of this up, we just want a decent plan. And again, guys, don't overcomplicate planning. Most people go and build these massive plans, and they really outline it in depth. You know what, guys? Who knows where you're going to be in 6 months' time? Who knows where the business is going to be in 6 months' time? So plan for the next 4 weeks and just focus on that. Most people can relate to 4 to 6 weeks. I do mostly quarterly planning with my clients because I'm there holding them accountable to that. But, just plan for the next 4 weeks and say, right, I'm going to make sure I'm going to send out 2,000 letters by the end of July, for instance, or we're going to do this, or we're going to do this, or we're going to do this. So this is really important that we actually have a look at, that we actually keep things simple, guys. That's probably a good message that I want to share with you. Now, what happens? What happens when we start getting from struggle up in our wonderful comfortable? Okay, when we hit the comfortable, there's probably two main things that we need to be looking at before we go and reinvent your whole business and, hey, I've got some cash in and all of that. When you're up in comfortable, what we actually want to be looking at is we want to be putting a good team in place now, and we want to actually start having systems, right? So many people try and systemize their whole business down here because that's what they're good at. And reality is, you can have all the systems in the world and no work. They're pointless having systems. So, it's great to have in-depth systems and, all of that. But reality is, we want to actually build the systems and have a good team once you're in the comfortable. Once you've got some money to afford this type of stuff. In the meantime, just come down and do the basics down here. So this is when we go to team and we move up to systems. Now, guys, I'm going to share with you just quickly a couple other points, just really here. Leverage is really, so again, we mentioned team over here on comfortable and our systems working here. What we've got to have a look at is when we're in leverage, this is the ability where you can actually go, right, do I want a general manager in place? Do I want a franchise? Do I want to have a licensing agreement? Do I want to open up more shops, stores? What do we want to do? Leverage is all about saying, hang on a second, I'm now earning a lot of more money. I'm starting to earn a lot more range. I've got some good teams coming up. I've got my system starting to work. I'm starting to build my business over here. What should I be now doing? Should I be franchising? Should I put a general manager in place? And reality is scale. Scale is when you've just got all of this working. And the way I do it, or the way that we actually work it here in Black Belt Business is really simple. This is foundation belts. This is all about putting the foundations in place, white, orange, and yellow. This comfortable is all about having the growth side. We're now growing, and this is all about green and blue belts. And then up here is all about the brown and reds. This is all about expansion. And you think about martial arts, guys. You don't turn up as white belts expecting to do jump spinning hook kicks. No, I teach you in martial arts to be able to learn the front snap kick. I also learn you teach you how to step correctly. And we start building the foundations. This is what growing a business is all about. And, guys, you might be in business for 10 years, but you may not have a lot of this stuff here in place already. You may sort of like still be building. You may be making some good money, but you might be still doing everything yourself. So now you're in time struggle. You've got to really have a look at where you're at and what you actually need to do to put in place. So, guys, this is where, as a martial artist, we talk about that simple. I've got really good analogy, guys, in martial arts. It's really simple. If you want to kick someone in the head, you know what? You can go get flexible. You can go learn how to stretch. You can go practice a kick head high 50 million times. Though reality is, if I want to kick someone in the head, I'm going to smash their kneecaps when they go to the ground, then kick him in the head. My leg doesn't have to go higher than my knee. And that's a really good analogy we need to look in the business. Are we sitting in struggle, and what kneecaps do we need to smash so we can actually get up into the comfortable, so we know how to actually be doing the stuff we need to be doing? And that's a really good analogy to go and look at it. So, guys, that is taking struggle to comfortable. These are some of the things that you should be doing. Every business for marketing will need some different tools and all of that. Go and do the research. Go and actually, has anyone gone on to Google if they need some marketing and typed in the words marketing for travel? Right, or a travel company, or marketing for a car cleaner, or marketing for a cleaner, or has anyone gone and done anything like that in Google? What are the marketing suggestions they're actually saying? And be careful, guys. The marketing that works for your competitors may not work for you. Why? Because marketing does boil down to you and your personality, and what you're actually able to do and how you perceive yourself in the market. So very important to actually have a look at that. So, guys, that's where we're at. Hopefully, you can read most of my writing there. I wanted to do this webinar a bit hands-on. It's just easy to draw and circle and write, and we'll go from there. So, guys, what I'm going to do now is get back to my wonderful PowerPoint, which will be around here somewhere. Let me hit play on that, and let's go back here. Actually, let me remove that. So, guys, I'm going to leave it open. I'm going to open this up to questions now for you guys. The formal part of the webinar has stopped, but what I want to do first is in the questions area, guys, I want you to just tell me what's the number one thing that you actually got out of this. What is it that you got out of it? Let me know in the questions box. Tell me what you got out of it, please, guys. And thanks, Anthony. I appreciate your kind words there. Number one thing, guys. Okay, Tanviv, can I get back to that in a second if you don't mind, please? Can I I'll answer questions in a second. Um and that what you're asking there is a very, very very good point. So I'll get to the questions. Let's go to the number one thing, newsletters. All right, number one things, guys. Hunt, hunt, hunt. Absolutely, guys. If you're in business struggle, all you should be doing is hunting at the moment. Don't try and create a new plan. Don't try and go, this product's not working that I've got. You may need to refine it slightly, but don't go and actually, go, I'm going to build this new one. Don't go to a workshop and go, hey, these guys have told me that I can go and make $1,000 by doing this. Don't get suckered into that stuff. If you're in struggle, hunt, hunt, hunt. That's the only thing you want to do. Just go and find customers, put money in your pocket. Biggest thing that you want to have a look at. Um, Strong foundations is very, very important. Um, Yeah, that's a very valid point, Ian. Hire better people than do the job yourself. And I was talking about this yesterday with a client, and they've brought it up. They turn around. We use Richard Branson as an example. Richard Branson's dyslexic. He can't read or write. So what does he do? He just hires people around him that can actually do stuff better than him. They can do that stuff for him. So, very, very important thing. And yes, going back to basics is very, very important, Debbie. Very, very important. Just the basic stuff works, guys. It works in every business. McDonald's is not a hard model, guys. It's the most awful food in the world, but it's not a really massive hard model. It's simple. We're the ones who make it complex. We're the ones who go, right, I'm going to add this new customer service technique and I'm really going to drill down and I'm really going to get that way. We're the ones that make it hard. No one else, just us. So, guys, is that all the number one things we got? All right. So let's open up for questions, guys. Now, very, very, very good question here, and this is affecting a lot of people at the moment. Let me read it out. How would I analyze whether my business is sick? As sometimes we get new competitors around which affect our business. Sometimes government policies changes affect our business. We normally understand when business is really in bad conditions, but what would we suggest? Guys, let's answer that in a couple of points. How do you know when your business is sick? Well, reality is, do you wake up in the morning not wanting to go to work? If you do, you need to really now look at to see if your business is sick or not. Because, if you're not happy to go to work, if you're not passionate about what you do, if you don't have the energy to go and do it, that's the first thing you need to actually have a look at. And I want you guys to realize that you've got to have, passion and energy on what you're doing. If this is just a job for you, if you've just got in the business and you're just going through the motions, you got a job, guys, this is where my bluntness kicks in. Go and get a job. Go and let someone else deal with the money. Go and let someone else deal with that. Go to your 9 to 5. You'll get way more money. You'll get way more time back. Just go and get a job, guys. It will be way simpler. So you've really got to have a look at that's the first point. The second point is, are you analyzing? Are you actually tracking your break evens? Are you over your break evens, and are you constantly hitting those profit targets or sales targets that you set out to hit your break evens? If you're not monitoring that, then you're never going to know if you're sick or not. Whack the budgets in place, whack your break evens in place, go and know and go and analyze where your data is actually at. Now, the other thing is, and this is important to understand, and I've used this quite a lot, this story quite a lot. 7, 8 weeks ago, Google went and changed its SEO parameters or its parameters on their searching. This affected a lot of businesses. One of my clients literally got smashed pretty quickly from number one on Google right down to number 64th. Overnight, bang, they've gone. They lost a lot of their leads almost instantaneously. This is what government policies can do. The question is, have you got your eggs in all one basket? You've got to have a look at, right, if you are comfortable and you are making profit, you are investing back in the business, which is great, but are you guys putting away for a rainy day? Are you saving money for a rainy day that if government policies change, you've got the ability to survive for 3 to 4 months while you adapt to those government policies? These are the things that we'd be actually doing. These are the things that we want to look at when this stuff actually happens. Competitors come in the market. Yes, be aware of them. Though, don't model yourself on them. Model yourself on what you're actually be doing. You're always going to have competitors, guys. If you've got a great product out there, you're going to have competitors. Let's just face reality. So, what you want to do is be aware of them. What are they doing? Yep, great, but don't get scared about them. Competition is good actually because it brings more consumers to the marketplace. So these are the things that I would be actually doing fairly quickly in business. So, Tanvi, can you just let me know if you're okay? If you're okay with that. And great, Sally, relax. It's not that hard. And yes, Mark, I know no one would hire you. So, yeah, you're pretty much stuck in your business. But, mate, I've seen the passion in your business and I know you love coming to work every day. So, mate, I think you're pretty safe there. Yep, good, excellent. Thanks for that, Tam V. So, guys, one of the things I want to is there any more questions, guys? Happy to answer any questions. If you're struggling at the moment and if you're not too sure what to do, I'm happy to actually point you in the right direction. Before I close off the webinar, give you some time to type. Yep, great. Okay, so guys, I'm not into huge selling or anything like that, but if you want, I'm more than happy to talk to you. We've got a great program, Path to Business Mastery program. I'm happy to actually give with a 1 hour session, sit down with you, go through your business in an hour, take you through all of these points, find out what you're doing, give you suggestions, no monetary obligations, no hard sell at the end. I just don't like the hard sells. Reality is you're the one who wants to improve your business. So, guys, if you want a 1 hour session, I'm going to email you out a web link over the next 24 hours, anyone that was on the call. And more than happy to come and see you for an hour. If you are overseas, guys, I do quite a few clients overseas. We do Skype or GoToMeeting. We'll get in depth and we go from there. Let's sit down. Let's find out where you're at and just go and book it in, guys. I know there's a couple of people online that I'm seeing next week already who have booked in. Come in. Let's actually change your business. Let's get you out of struggle. Let's focus on the basics and we go from there. I've got a great After Business Mastery program that people are getting so much out of it, and they're only in weeks 4. I only launched it. Haven't really launched it officially yet, by the way, guys. I'm just making sure that everything's settled. But already the 10 people that are on it, 10 or 8 people that are on it, we're absolutely smashing it. They're loving it. So, really good hands-on stuff that we're working on. And I know Sally's on the line and probably a testament to that as well. So, guys, I want to thank you for that. If you've got any more questions, drop me an email. Now, let's just have one last quick interaction from you guys. Whack your hands up if you got something out of that, guys, if you enjoyed that webinar and was well worth being on the line. Excellent. All right, great. Love it. And thank you very much, guys. You go and have a great weekend. Go and enjoy. And I'm really looking forward to catching up with everyone shortly. Have a great day, guys, and expect an email from me in the next 24 hours. Have fun, guys.